another guitar review. It will only be a review and first impressions of the guitar. No connecting, no playing. This is obviously a Strat style budget guitar that I just purchased off of Amazon. It's another Grote model, and $69.99. Okay, so first off, I don't know how a guitar manufacturer can make a guitar for $69.99 that's of decent quality and playable out of the box. So I'm going to go over the features, the good, the bad on this guitar, and hopefully it'll help you out with your buying decisions if you haven't been able to try one or know anybody that has one. There's not too many reviews on this thing. I think there's only one or two of them on YouTube and a couple on Amazon. But I did purchase this off of Amazon. The good news this time around is Grote shipped this, double boxed it, which has not been the case previously in a lot of instances. So it came shipped in regular guitar box, Grote guitar box, and then in an oversized Amazon box as well, for added protection. So that's goodness. The guitar escaped, any sort of major damage. It's in decent shape. Let's start going over a little bit of a tour of the guitar so you understand what you got in front of you. So first off, it's the typical Grote headstock. This is Grote in black. It says GT-150 Super Series 2019, which is the model. I'm assuming these were manufactured in 2019. Headstock is okay, as Strat copies go. It's not your Squire Bullet typical Fender type headstock, but it's not too bad either. It's okay. The other thing with this is that the guitar was manufactured in China. So these guitars are made out of a plant in China and shipped here. Let's start off with the front of the guitar. So the wood is actually quite attractive. It's described as sycamore, which I'm not sure what sycamore is. It's a wood, obviously, and it's a very, very light wood, but it has a decent grain to it. You can see it here. It's actually quite attractive. The nice thing about the sycamore is it's very, very light. I would say this guitar weighs maybe 5 pounds. Again, I'm guessing, but it's extremely light, 5.5 pounds maybe, which I like. That's a great feature, especially if it's a first guitar for a child, a first guitar for a student, a first guitar for a young lady. It's light is good, and these guitars fit the bill. So the pickguard, it's your typical white, and it's a 3-ply, which is nice because on a lot of budget guitars, low-end guitars, they come with single-ply pickguards. So that's an added plus. The pickups are your traditional 3 single pickups that are on Stratocasters. These are ceramic pickups. They're okay. Full disclosure, they're a little bit muddy. I found them to not be very clear pickups like I find on some of the bullet guitars, but the bullets are more expensive. So in any case, in every situation, you do get what you pay for. The weak point on this guitar, in my opinion, are the pickups. They're okay. They're nothing to scream about, that's for sure, but you're not going to get great pickups on a $69.99 guitar. So they're ceramic pickups, and they're not as bright as most ceramic pickups are. They're on the darker side. The controls are okay. The knobs, there's 1 volume and 2 tone knobs, and they seem to work okay. There is a variance in tone, in adjustments, as well as the volume. It doesn't jump like some really inexpensive guitars do, where you hear nothing and then all of a sudden it goes to full volume. So they work okay. And the 5-way switch is actually quite firm. It feels good. It's not a cheap switch. So far the hardware appears to be okay. The fretwork on this guitar out of the box was impeccable. Really, really impressive. No sharp fret ends on this guitar, no raised frets, no string buzzing. String height was very, very good. Again, I like lower action on the guitar, and this is not super low, but it's far from high, and there's absolutely no buzzing on the guitar. So if you do want to adjust it lower, you certainly can. Truss rod adjustment is right here on the headstock, and it comes with Allen wrenches. By the way, the guitar ships with 3 Allen wrenches, a tremolo bar, a very, very cheap guitar cord, and a very, very cheap strap. The other thing it does ship with is they describe as a gig bag. This is a dust cover in my opinion. Very, very thin, but it will cover the guitar, from dust and protect the guitar from dust, but that's about it. I mean, if you bang the guitar in this thing, it's going to get smashed and dented. So that's a nice added touch that it does ship with that. It comes also, I think, with 1 or 2 picks. So that's good. The wood on the fretboard, don't know what it is. It's not described. Certainly not rosewood. A lot of these inexpensive guitars ship with what's called black wood, which is a rosewood substitute. It is a darker wood. It's not super dry. It's actually a decent fretboard. The back of the neck is described as being maple. It has a nice little grain to it. If you can see that, it's a darker color, and it's satin, which is nice, which I like. I don't like glossy necks, so that's nice. It's described as U-shaped. I would say it's more C-shaped. It's a typical Strat bullet-type neck. It's quite comfortable. It's not thick at all. I would say it's on the thinner side. Very, very comfortable. The tuners on the guitar are seal tuners. Again, most of the bullets now are shipping with seal tuners as well. These tuners are okay. They're probably comparable to what you get on a bullet. Not great, but they work. They do keep the guitar in tune. The nut on the guitar is a plastic nut, cheap nut. Seems to be cut fine, and the strings are aligned okay. No slippage. Really no complaints in terms of setup, overall setup. I think they did a very, very good job with this guitar. The neck is dead on straight. Again, no sharp fret ends. No damage, major damage that I can see on the guitar. String height was fine. So intonation was fine. So really from a setup standpoint, and a child or a beginner or whatever, a student, being able to play this out of the box, impressive. You can do that. If you're a recording person or somebody that plays out in a band, obviously you probably wouldn't buy this guitar, quite frankly. But if you were to, and this is all you could afford, you'd probably want to, first thing you'd want to do is change the tuners on here to maybe locking tuners or more stable tuners, something with a better gear ratio. You might want to change this to a better nut for stability purposes. Probably want to get rid of these pickups, and it's optional if you want to change out the pots, the better pots or whatever. But you can do a lot of things to mod this guitar if that's something that you're interested in doing. The other interesting thing right out of the box is that the tremolo on here appears to be almost locked. There is no tremolo give or action on this, so the tremolo bar effectively does not work. I don't know if they did that deliberately. I would guess, and I haven't opened this up, but I would guess there are 2 springs in this guitar, and they probably tighten the claws, the spring claws, very, very tight. And the bridge actually sits and touches the body of the guitar. So there is no, it's like a locked bridge, which is fine for me because I don't use a tremolo anyway. But if you're interested in using a tremolo, it kind of defeats the purpose, and you would have to adjust this thing and set it up so that the tremolo works. The connection point for the plug is where a typical Strat connection would be. It seems to be solid. There's no loose screws. Strap locks where they typically are on a guitar. Strap locks, the strap holders. What else? It's obviously a bolt-on neck, 4-screw bolt-on neck. Your typical Strat carves on the guitar. That's really it in terms of features and functions. Again, there are demos on this if you want to hear it on YouTube. There is one gentleman, I believe, that has a video out on here that plays the guitar. He raves about it. I personally am not crazy about the pickups. They're not my taste. I like pickups to be a little bit more articulate and crisper. These are, again, more muddy in my opinion and on the darker side. But again, it's a $69.99 guitar. For that price, it's incredible. I mean, the only thing that you can get new that's of anywhere decent, I guess, is probably a Glary. They're about $65, $69 on the web. And I've had Glaries, and I've done a review on a Glary, and this guitar, in my opinion, is better than a Glary. It's finished better. It feels better. Frets are smooth. So for this price, you really can't go wrong. I mean, if you're looking at an entry-level bullet these days, they're about $179.99. That's what they go for. It's crazy. And they're a very similar guitar. I mean, this is Blackwood. I think they come with a Laurel fretboard. Other than that, it's very similar. Neck feels similar on the bullets. The tuners are similar. You're going to get better pickups on a bullet. They are going to be clearer, in my opinion, and better pickups out of the box. But again, are they $110 better? Probably not. This guitar is $69.99 plus tax, whatever your tax is in your state, and free shipping. So you really can't beat that, and they throw in a gig bag. So for that price, I recommend it. I think it's good for, like I said, for a student, for a beginner, for somebody that just wants an extra Strat in their collection, for somebody that's a tinkerer and interested in not spending a lot of money on a guitar and being able to mod it and play around with it. And if they screw up, which I've done many times, you're not out of a ton of money. So I really think it's a good investment, and it's good value, and it certainly is worth the money. So guys, the Grote GT-150. And again, below I will have in the description a link to Amazon where you can buy the guitar, more specifications on the guitar, although there are not much. I think I went over everything for you. And please, as always, if you have any questions regarding the guitar, please ask me whatever you'd like. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Again, I appreciate all the support. Until the next time, you guys be well and stay safe.